welcome to The List. I'm Jessi Combs.
And I'm Patrick McIntyre. And together, we're checking items off the ultimate automotive bucket list. From things everyone should do
to things few have ever done before. Today on The List, we're gonna tackle a couple things that are near and dear to my heart. Most of you know me as an off-roader, so I'm excited to have Patrick along as my co-driver as we check Conquer the Rubicon Trail and compete in King of the Hammers off our list. I've had a love affair with cars my whole life. I build them in my shop, and I race them both on and off-road.
I've spent years on the auto show circuit talking about cars, but now it's time to get behind the wheel and find the next adventure.
Together, we're setting out to tackle all things that every car enthusiast should do.
This is The List. We've got a stock Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4x4, named after the trail it was designed to conquer.
We're off to the trailhead to get this journey started. Come along for the ride. Okay, so we're here at the trailhead.
And as you can see, there are fully built vehicles all the way down to stock Rubicons.
Now, whether you're stock or not, or you're at the Rubicon or any other trail, there is a short little checklist that you want to go through to make sure that you're prepared for a journey like this. Airing down your tires for four-wheeling is super important. The lower the tire pressure, the more the tire actually conforms to the rocks or the obstacles that you're grabbing over, so it has a lot more grip.
Once the vehicle's prepped, you have to make sure you have the human essentials. We've got the tent, the sleeping bag, extra layers of clothes, of course, food and water. We only brought snacks with us because food is provided for us at the Jamboree. And we packed light with tools because, well, we have all this support around us. Oh, and of course, we have the most essential thing of all is the TP. And remember, whatever you take out, you have to bring back with you.
Now, before you even leave the house, you're gonna wanna make sure that you do a full prep. You wanna go through every single nut and bolt, Loctite anything and everything that you have to, check your fluids, fill your fluids, change your fluids, everything to make sure that you are fully ready for a trip like this.
All right, so we're all prepped and ready to hit the trail. The important thing is to stick with these guys in the brown suits, because if we get in trouble, they're gonna help us out.
You're up first.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll guide you through it. So sway bar button is over on your left.
Sway bar, push. Today, crossing the Rubicon means the point of no return. It seems the Rubicon Trail, rated a 10 out of 10 in difficulty on most scales measuring this sort of thing, is perfectly named.
The Rubicon-McKinney Road was established in the 1800s as a stagecoach road between Georgetown and Lake Tahoe.
The trail is 22 miles long in total. About half of the 22-mile route is paved, and the rest is a rugged off-road trail. It's the 12-mile off-road section that we'll be tackling. So we are going to go 20 miles in 6 or 7 hours.
You just want to make sure you don't hit those rocks over here.
Not the big ones, but I'm trying to kind of navigate the ones on the ground.
Well, the main thing that you want to do is you want to put your tires on top of the rocks and you want to stay at the highest point across.
So you want me to roll over rocks like that?
If you don't have to, then don't.
Right.
Especially in this. The main reason why you want to stay high is because if you try and take the low route, that's when you're going to get caught on rocks. Like that. You want to try and not let those drag on our vehicle.
We should have made some martinis and put them in the back so they'd be shaking when we get there. Wow. All right, so we're about halfway. Seems like a good point to stop. I got a little bit of experience in there. Got to go up on almost 2 wheels. A lot of scraping going on. And I'm surprised. A stock Jeep, you know, like I said, little scrapes here and there, but it's doing pretty well so far.
You ready to see how it's really done?
Yeah, I'm ready to see how it's really done from the passenger side. Teach me, Yoda.
I will teach you my ways, young one.
Rocks.
This is where you want to tread, especially lightly.
So you don't spin?
So you're not kicking up a bunch of sediment. You want to get this trip done and over with? This is how you do it.
Up next, Jessi shows me how it's really done. And later, we're reminded of the danger of off-road when things take a turn for the worse. Autoblog, the ultimate automotive resource. From the latest vehicle reviews, shopping advice, and ownership tips, to helpful apps, community forums, and photo sharing. Autoblog, where you can research, shop, and share everything on wheels.
Okay.
What do you need?
Bye.
Okay. See ya. We're going slow enough on the trail that I can walk alongside the vehicle here.
There will be sections where he won't be able to keep up by walking.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. Inside, hearing all the scraping, was thinking like, I don't know, man, about this Jeep. Watching it from the outside, it really articulates. The arms are really going, but it's definitely pretty impressive for a stock.
Oh, if we had the sway bar connected, it wouldn't be doing that much.
All right, so after 6 hours, we finally made it to Rubicon Springs, which is temporary home to over 2,000 people just for the weekend.
And if 6 hours wasn't enough, the party has just begun. There's live music, there's swimming, there's hiking, there's even a bar. So I think we need to unload, set up our camp, and go have a cocktail.
That sounds good.
All right, I have the pleasure of introducing Bob Sweeney, who is part owner and director of the Jeepers Jamboree. We are, I just have to say, we're pretty damn good friends.
Yeah.
What is it to you that keeps bringing people back?
The draw.
Yeah.
You look behind us, look at these people. They're all walking around having a good time, big smiles. It's great. The camaraderie that we get every year of the people coming back and enjoying it.
Now, you have a lot of history with the Rubicon Trail.
My great-grandfather, actually, he was the one that signed a document to make this a county road. We are wheeling on a county road to this day.
Now, how long has the Rubicon Trail been open?
Well, I got this coin right here. Let's look at the date that's written on it. 1887, it says right there.
Holy schmoly.
Yeah.
One of the best things about Jeepers Jamboree is the food.
It is included 3 square meals a day. That's what this ticket is for. We're waiting in line to get a little bit of that amazing grub.
So today's Sunday, and a lot of you guys were going to leave today, but unfortunately we've had a fire, and the trail has been closed for the weekend.
We found that the fire was caused by a vehicle accident that unfortunately led to a young woman losing her life. We are reminded that off-road recreation can be a dangerous sport, especially when traveling on extreme terrain like the Rubicon Trail.
So the fire crews have officially controlled or extinguished the fire that's out there on the trail, which means it's clear and we can finally head on out.
All right, so here's the deal. We have been given some clearance to go. There's an hour window of time before they start cutting down more trees in a way to prevent the fire from spreading or just to maintain it.
So we might get lucky and get out, but earlier when they had traffic actually going through the trail, they were doing only 50 an hour and we're about number 90 in line, so.
Right, and we don't know how far back we are, so yeah, fingers crossed. We're crawling up these rocks. There's a mountain on our left, and there is a drop to the right. Down. A long drop down. This is pretty intense.
Don't look down, Patrick.
Don't look down? Okay. It's the first thing I did.
Well, we made it. Here we are at the end of the trail, base station. station, airing up our tires before we hit the highway.
And as you can tell, it is extremely dark outside, which means it took us quite a long time today. In fact, we had to finagle with the actual forestry department to let them drop water while we passed. It was a big deal today.
It's a big deal, but I think we can officially check conquering the Rubicon Trail off of our list. Coming up, we take on the most grueling one-day off-road race in the world.
But will mechanical problems keep us from racing? It's said to be the toughest one-day off-road race on the planet. Each year in February, a grueling course is set for over 400 teams to compete for the crown as King of the Hammers. For a little over a week, Johnson Valley, California transforms into Hammertown, a mecca for extreme off-road. All right, Jessi and I are going to strap in and hammer down for qualifying. How we do today determines where we start on race day. So come along with us as we check race and King of the Hammers off our list.
Welcome to King of the Hammers, one of the most difficult races on the entire planet.
King of the Hammers is Burning Man for gearheads. It's 30,000 people that all like being outside and doing cool stuff, and they just all happen to choose to do it this week here.
This is an international competition we're talking about. We've met a race team from Portugal, Sweden, the UK, New Zealand. People are coming from all over the world right here to Johnson Valley to race at King of the Hammers.
Johnson Valley is located in the high desert region of Southern California, just south of Highway 247 in the Mojave Desert.
This is a race that I have raced 4 times, but I have yet to finish. The attrition rate is extremely high, so only 20% of the cars actually finished.
My job is going to be to help direct her, help read the GPS, help keep her on track, and help keep her from breaking this vehicle. The only thing I have to fall back on is my Baja experience and my Rubicon experience. It's a mix of those two worlds together.
Up next, we go from off-road playtime to off-road race time.
Today's Tuesday. The race doesn't happen until Thursday, but this is qualifying day. In other words, we've got to show up, run a small track to determine where we start on Thursday.
Fuel pump 1 is not necessarily functioning, so I'm running off of fuel pump 2, which just took on me as we speak.
We didn't fill up with fuel. Are we out?
We shouldn't be.
Okay.
We don't have a fuel gauge to be able to tell that.
Everything else should stop. If the relays kick in, it should kick
They're
off.
both on right now. Whatever you just did, they're both staying on. Start it.
Here we go. That's it. Nice. Keep it together. Oh, no.
Both pumps just went out, guys.
Took care of the electrical issue that we thought it was. Get out there, the car's running great, everything's running smooth. Didn't make it halfway through the course, and that's when the fuel pumps went down again.
There you go. There you go.
No matter how many times I flipped through the fuel pumps, it would get me a little bit further, but that's about it. Qualifying is what it is. Basically, qualifying is just telling us what position we start for the race on Thursday. So there is no more qualifying, there is no more chance. So depending upon our timing, we're probably going to start off 6th, which is fine because there's only 5 cars in front of us no matter what. So 6th place isn't a bad place, but it's still last place.
This is the first year for the spec class at King of the Hammers, and we were lucky enough to get a seat in one of them. We're going to be running the Everyman Challenge, which is a circuit created for the sportsmen and modified stock vehicles. There are 6 vehicles in the 4700 class. Ours is 4703. It's a solid axle 4x4 Jeep body with a tube chassis. It's got a Mopar V8 making 500 horsepower and beadlock wheels which are wearing Falcon Wild Peak MT tires. Vehicles prepped to run King of the Hammers are incredible. They run in an unlimited class and come in all shapes and sizes. They need to be built for both high-speed endurance racing and precise technical rock crawling. They must be capable of running in four-wheel drive, and they can exceed 100 miles per hour and still have gearing ratios as low as 100-to-1 for technical rock crawling.
Give me number 2. Hold on. Go ahead.
Back at our pit, the crew was still trying to sort out the fuel pump issue before race day.
All right, now switch on the other one. Leave them both on.
After all the fuel issues we've had, I've had 4 pumps basically go out on me, so I brought it to a trusted pit crew somewhere else, which is one of the best things about off-road, is that we're all family out here. Got another set of eyeballs on it. Sounds like we got it fixed. The fuel pumps aren't whining, so I'm gonna go out, test the steering, make sure everything's running really good, and that Patrick and I feel comfortable in the car for race day tomorrow. Important because it's telling us exactly what we need to look out for on the course. So hopefully we can stay on all 4, not break, not crash, and come to the finish line. So the only thing that I'm not being able to test right now is how my steering is tracking. But this section is not too bad. Yay! I want to hug all of you at the same time. This is what a race team is about. It was awesome.
Amazing. Look at this. Jessi's not even racing with these guys. That's how much of a community this is. They're here to help out, even though we're a completely different team.
The King of the Hammers Everyman Challenge is a grueling 117-mile circuit consisting of 2 laps. Lap 1 is 52 miles of high-speed open desert driving, sandy and rocky dunes and steep hill climbs. Lap 2 is 65 miles and contains legendary technical rock crawling sections known as Chocolate Thunder and Aftershock. Like any endurance race, the biggest challenge is keeping the car running and on all 4s.
It's race day! Patrick and I have been racing together for a while, so we have pretty good communication. What I expect from him is for him to basically be telling me anything and everything. I don't ever want necessarily a quiet moment. Even if there's nothing that he needs to tell me, he just needs to be talking or singing, which he usually does.
I'm assuming that everybody's going to try and haul ass as soon as they can, right?
Oh yeah, it's the beginning of the race.
Great.
Who's got the flag?
She does. 5, 4.
Taking off from the starting line, we're literally right next to 2 at a time. Instantly, I was like, okay, well, he's not going faster than me, so I'm just gonna pass him. I don't think I was in race mode, but I passed probably 20 guys within the first 10 miles.
Why? It almost feels like these guys aren't racing.
That's okay. That's okay.
See, one car already down.
Good. We're going right up this hill.
How's that GPS looking?
GPS looks perfect.
We are on course,
We're
right?
on course, yep.
How can I get around these guys?
Let's see, coming up here.
Is that a course?
In just a little bit, yep. You got a line on the right. There you go.
Remember to use the horn.
All right, race mile 2. Coming up on race mile 7. Doing great. Nice and easy. We're coming up on race mile 8. All right, race mile 17. Got a bump coming up here.
Don't you f***ing dare!
All right. This is race mile 36. I got big bumps coming up.
Patrick, you're doing a wonderful job.
Awesome.
Thank you.
But even with good communication, we still narrowly missed race-ending disaster.
Can you turn into it? You're on just these 2 wheels here. Can you turn into it? Okay, you needed to touch down. She's yelling at me.
As I crawled through the rock section, I climbed over a boulder, not knowing that on the other side, the vehicle would pitch forward, almost flipping us on its lid. Luckily, there was another boulder to my left, which held the rear wheel up, preventing me from flipping and possibly eliminating us from the race.
Okay, I think she's just gonna finish the race without me.
As we approached Chocolate Thunder, I saw one of the cars that is in our class. Guys were out of the cars. Looks like they were just messing with the winch, like they had no idea what was going on. Thankfully, it's my favorite course in this entire race. So I just took the left line. There was another guy who was broke down in front of him, passed him too, and it was a flawless pass. And I got my second place position back.
Okay, blew a tire, changed it out. This is the bad boy. A little bit of damage on this guy here. I should be helping her right now. Instead, I'm acting like and I'm holding this camera instead. Got the jack up. We're at race mile 90, something like that. Doing good so far. First minor problem we've had. Everything's good.
You are second across the line, but it looks like there's a chance, and probably a pretty good chance, that you're going to be our winner today in the spec class.
All right, after 117 miles of dust, rocks, flat tires, stuck, winching lines, hiking,
Sweat, backache.
backache, I think we can officially check Drive the King of the Hammers and win off our list. With tons of trailside support, Jeepers Jamboree is a great way to conquer the Rubicon Trail. And for those who are able to tackle it, you deserve to party down in the valley.
Yes, you do. They even flew a band in by helicopter. And I do have to say this, Ms. Combs, I am very proud of you for winning King of the Hammers.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, so thank you.
Well, we make a good team.
I have to agree. That's our show for today. We will see you guys next time on The List.